We begin our meditation today. Let's center in that space of infinite being. With an open mind. Detaching from thoughts. Allow yourself to embrace the infinite silence that is there within your mind. Reality is not a thought construct. It's not a mental attitude. It is a state of being. Move away from all thought constructs, all attitudes, all moods. As much as you can, they're all ego-centered. They're all part of a huge illusion that we call Maya. Detach from it as much as you can. As you embrace the silence of the mind, as you open your mind to new possibilities of experience, and stay in the now moment, in the now, in present moment awareness. These are critical to meditation if you want to go deeper. And if you want to experience your absolute reality, you need to move away from all thought forms, all patterns of thinking and feeling and intending. Stay with me in that space of just pure being. The Christ said, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall experience God, the infinite." Patanjali, the great teacher, said, "Clear the mind of all waves, all energy patterns, and you will experience the divine in fullness." Let's heed these words. You have a mortal existence. This body is mortal. It's subjected to time. It has an illusion of reality. Observe it. It's not who you are. It's not what you are. It's an illusion of being. Just allow it to relax. That it will not distract you. Energize it with your mind if it's tired, if it's out of balance. Breathe deeply into the gut or into the heart area as you open up the lungs, or into the throat area as you open up the upper chest, to deeper lung breathing. Learn to energize the body so it is not a distraction. Full lung breathing. Breathing must happen with ease, with flow, with rhythm, harmony. And hold the body in a field of lovingness. The energy of love is recharging, revitalizing. Every time you draw the breath, you bring prana through subtle channels called nadis. Just observe. And create balance in the field that it does not disturb your deeper experience of being. Stay with me in that silent field. Even as I speak, I'm in silence. Even as I create an intention, I'm in silence. Even as I embrace a mood, such as lovingness towards the body, I'm in silence. And I am at the center of being. I'm sharing that field with you. I'm sharing that field of beingness and energy with you. Stay in the rhythm of the breath. When the physical body vibrates with well-being, you can go deeper and deeper in your centering. It is the practice of witnessing. And as you open your field to beingness, observe how the field is holding you, the ego, just as if you were floating on water, suspended, and the water is holding the body. So too, begin to observe the ego floating in a sea of prana, life energy. It's floating. Your energy body is floating in a sea of prana. And your consciousness is at peace, expansive, infinite and free. Allow yourself to rest in this field of energetic being. With its security. That all is well. Even as your being rests in this field, observe how you still draw prana with the breath. Observe how the microcosmic orbit of energy still works. And slowly come back into the awareness of the physical body, gross awareness. Observe your breathing once more, opening up the belly to breathe, more air into the lungs, opening up the chest to breathe, breathing into the throat, full lung breathing, and observe how body consciousness comes back and a relationship with nature returns. Continue the deep breathing. That you may become more physically aware. An appreciative awareness of life around you. It's all illusionary energy, illusionary patterns of energy. Welcome it as the nature of the play, the energy play in the consciousness. Your day is going to feature in this energy field. I open my awareness to this new day on the earth plane. I stay centered in my infinite being, in the awareness that it's all an energy play in the consciousness. I acknowledge my limitation in consciousness as an embodied being, a soul. I acknowledge my limitation in consciousness. I acknowledge that my nature is immortal and infinite, centered in timelessness and changelessness. I seek in this day to grow in my consciousness. That more and more I may realize all that I am. As an immortal soul, centered in infinite being and possibilities. I stay in gratitude for the gift of this experience, knowing that I am always held in the grace of the infinite, safe and secure. And in my spirit, I'm free. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaskar everyone and welcome to Sunday. As stated in our calendar. Beyond that, it is the eternal now. If we move away from the idea of time, beginnings and ends, we are in eternity. Can you conceive that for a moment, that you exist in eternity? You need to move away from time. You need to move away from past, present, past and future. You need to move away from them because they are only energy patterns held in your memory space. Your idea of the future, your experience of the past, they are only energy forms in your consciousness. They're not your reality. The nature of the play is such that every experience you have is stored in the memory field and it becomes the past. And every thought you have of the future is stored in your memory field and becomes the future in your mind. All the past experiences held in the now. This is the now. And all what you consider to be the future will be held in a now. So what connects all of that is just now. If you move away from the memories, all the thought constructs, then you're held in timelessness. But it's a huge stretch of awareness. Today I challenge you to stay in a higher awareness. Of course, I can tell you stories about past and how to deal with it, and future and how to deal with it, and give importance to all the thought constructs. I can do that. Tell you how to work with them. But shall I, in a moment of truth, as you are more grown up in your experiences and the teachings, to come to that place of now, to let go of the past as your reality. Of course, it's important because it holds you in the illusion. But let go of it as your reality. And let go of all the future constructs that you have in your mind. Those are fantasy and fear. Let go of them. They're not absolute reality. Only the now is. The now that is filled with infinite possibilities, only that is. That is the enlightened experience. Saying this, I'm telling you, that you're always held in the now. It's only that you don't recognize it. You're so caught up in past and future. Think about it. And all your ego constructs and desires and intentions. You're so caught up in that that you have lost your essential reality, which is always there. Enlightenment is not something to acquire. It's your natural state of being. The more and more you come out of the illusion of time, of change, which are only energy patterns. In your consciousness. The more and more you come out of it, the more and more you detach from it, the more and more you center in a different place, which is possible for you. It's only a matter of centering and perception. The deeper you center, the perception changes. The more and more you go there, time doesn't exist. There's only beingness, there's only now. So though I move in time, my being is centered in timelessness. Although it's such a stretch to even conceive it, open yourself to the possibility that beginnings and ends are only illusory. The energy that weaves it is real, it's Kundalini. But the forms, the patterns, are illusory. That's why we say consciousness and energy are the realities. Well, it's the reality because they are one. Energy comes out, the vibrational energy emanates from the consciousness, the pure being. And it creates this huge field that are based on memory and time. And the idea is to center, even though you're experiencing this field, center, let the witnessing go back to the very center of being. That's what meditation is. Observing the illusory play of thoughts and patterns, and centered, use the power of the I and the ego and its centering ability, which is the witnessing, and go deeper and deeper back to your state of reality. It's always there. Change is unreal. Death is unreal. Sadness is unreal. Fear is unreal. All ego desires are unreal. They can be changed. They can be played with. They're not a reality. Even as a potter can bring back the clay to its natural form and then weave patterns again. Or the jeweler can turn the gold into all kinds of forms. The only reality is the gold, the base energy, not the patterns in your mind. So all that you're seeking is already there. The source of happiness, of peacefulness, of all possibilities, it's already there within you. All I try to do is to bring you into that state of awareness, where all the excitement I create in you, all the desires I inspire in you to improve and to grow, they're all part of the illusion. But even as we live in the illusion, we need to respect the illusion. Don't call it false, because we are not there to call it false. Give it a reality, but not absolute reality. Give it importance, but not absolute importance. Give it importance because we are trapped in it. And we need to maneuver out of it. So we need to give it importance. If you're in a dream, you have to respect the dream, but you are in the dream. The whole idea is waking up from it. And that's why we need masters who live beyond the illusion. They can hold our hand, they can lead us. They can speak to us in the illusion. They can wake us up slowly from the illusion. That's why we need them. And when our ego becomes too big and we think that we don't need masters, we have to be careful. They're able to point the way. We should not give our power away to them. But we should look to where they're pointing and follow the lead. Real masters are there to point the way. They're not there to exploit you, take your power away. They are there to help you to become free. So in this illusion, I greet you with excitement. In this illusion, I tell you to be happy. In this illusion, I tell you to grow the desire to be free. In this illusion, I tell you, get excited about growing and learning and freeing yourself and learn to sport in the illusion. That's where the joyfulness is. In the play, don't negate the play. Don't deny the play. Play. Play with the energy. Play with the beginnings and ends. Play with them. And you can only do that as your consciousness grows. You can only do that as you become more and more aware. And the more awareness you have, be brave. What you already know, put it into practice. Engage in the play, as illusory as it may be. Engage in the play. Play with the body, the physical body. Change it. Heal it. Revitalize it. Restore it. Keep it in balance. Play with it. And even if you make mistakes, errors in lifestyle, play with it and restore it. Bring it back. It's resilient. At a certain level, the body is forgiving. Don't take it beyond forgiveness. It is said that before you're 40 years old, well, of course, that was said before. I don't know if it's the same. The body is still forgiving, but after 40, no. So at a certain stage, the body is forgiving. I celebrate every time that I can restore the body. After I've worked it or stressed it out a little bit, I'm happy each time I see it forgives me. And I can restore its vitality quickly. That is sport for me. That's joy. I don't mind stressing the body out a little bit and watching it come back. What I need to do is to ensure that it doesn't go overboard, over limit, that I can't pull it back. And sometimes I stay on the edge with working it, but I enjoy it because I learn more and more its capabilities and its limits. And that to me is joyfulness. That I can play with the body to maximum. That's what I do every day. I play. I play with the illusion. And I play with the mind and with the thoughts. I create all these things, tools for you. I challenge you in the conversations with great respect for your illusions. And I respect when you are so entangled in the karmic play and I have to help you to pull each one out. Because you can't yet grow the consciousness, so I have to help you to disentangle step by step, being patient with you. But I wish that you can just create a fire in the consciousness and burn all these entanglements. And I teach you how to light that fire. Because when you light the fire, you burn a lot. When you really take the path of sadhana, spiritual practices, and lift the consciousness, like I am urging you to this morning, in my morning. I'm teaching you to light the fire that will burn away the illusions that we call karmas. It's only a matter of shifting the consciousness. Only a matter of shifting the consciousness. The alchemist is about shifting the consciousness. The alchemy is about shifting the consciousness. And then you can play with the energy. So there is hope in the play. There's joy in the illusion if only you can really see it. Then you will have the tear, but it will be a tear of joy. You will feel the stress of the body, but you will know how to change it. You will see death around you, but there will be no fear. You will lose things in the play, but you know that you can attract more. And here's where I'll conclude my little talk with you today. It has grown into a little bigger talk. But because we transcribe it, I don't want to speak too much, otherwise the pages will become longer and longer. I think I've said enough. I want to wish all of you wonderful souls a day of blissfulness, a day of freedom in the consciousness, a day of learning and growing through every experience. Welcome to play. No matter how dark it may seem, light is just behind. It's only a play. Even if it's difficult to understand, at least accept the possibility that it is a play. That there is no death for the one who knows the truth. There's no fear for the one who lives in the light. Have a blessed day, everyone. It's my last global conversation in my afternoon. And those of you who are part of that, I look forward to seeing you. I've given you already material to think about. And the whole idea is let's live the teachings, let's walk the talk. I'm with you, 100% of the way. Let's make it happen together. Namaskar, everyone.